10 days of bombing and now a ground incursion. Israel has vowed to stop the Hamas rocket attacks on their country in what they describe as a drawn-out operation. News 12's Kevin McCabe has the latest.
Following the air attacks, Israeli forces are now on the ground in Gaza. They are targeting Hamas, but the civilian casualties continue to grow.
News 12's Erica Ferrari speaks to people with roots in both Israel and Palestine to see how they're reacting to the latest violence in Gaza.
In this photo taken almost 30 years ago, Miriam Westheimer stands in between her fellow soldiers in the Israeli army. She lives in Riverdale now and was born in America, but at 22 years old, Miriam volunteered to be drafted to serve in the Israeli army to fulfill her dream of helping to build a homeland for Jews.
Build a country, a safe haven for Jews around the world. And many of us who went had parents who had experiences in Europe, in Germany. My mother is the only survivor in her family in the Holocaust.
Born and raised in Israel, Poole-Dayan also shares this dream. He too was a soldier, but these days he watches Israeli news on his phone. It's especially important for him to stay connected right now.
The region's bully that is trying to dictate, the future of my kids and everybody's kids. And if we do not stand up to these bullies, then the consequences are going to be extremely harsh.
Both Ron and Miriam feel Israel is forced to defend itself against Hamas. But a chat with this Palestinian man living in the Bronx, and one hears a different story.
How do you feel about Mayor Bloomberg going over there to show his support?
That's decent. To go over there to Israel, he's not a human right.
Seeing images like these, Imad Hamdallah is also worried for his family caught in the crossfire.
My mother, my father, my sisters, my brothers, I have all family there.
In the upcoming days and weeks, as the conflict in Gaza continues, people I spoke to on both sides here in the Bronx say that they'll participate in demonstrations and that they'll be praying for the safety of their loved ones during this difficult time. For News 12 The Bronx, I'm Erica Ferrari.
And be sure to stick with News 12 The Bronx for continuing coverage of the Gaza conflict.